Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Vlogtober 2025. My name is Sasha, I am the host of the Hoarder's Crafting podcast, and today is the 2nd of October 2025, and I am starting recording today for the first episode in my mini Vlogtober series, and it is 20 to 10 in the morning. I have my first cup of coffee and I'm about to edit the podcast I recorded yesterday. And that's pretty much what I'll be doing for the next hour, and I will check back in with you soon. So I finally finished editing, uploading. I actually put going out clothes on, even though I'm going to be raining in the house, but it's time to make some project bags. So I picked up this fat quarter set from Hobbycraft at the weekend, and I'm firstly just going to iron them all. I need to, that's that way. So these are cute fabrics. They're not, I wouldn't call them in your face obnoxiously Halloweeny, which is kind of why I picked them over the other sets. But I plan on doing something a little bit different with these. I kind of want to make some quilted bags for myself. I made one for a friend for her birthday earlier this year, but I want to try something a bit different. I'm thinking of potentially cutting these into maybe quilting blocks, maybe. I've never quilted a day in my life, but I'm not for giving anything a go. I'm going to finish ironing all 5 of these, and then I will come back and potentially film just me working out the process of what I'm going to do. Okay, I have a plan for the project bags. I have cut out, very rough template, 6 squares, and now I'm going to do that for 3 more of the fabrics so that I can do a 3x3, so a 9 square. And math doesn't add up, does it? Hang on, 6, 3x3. That wrong gold. Yeah, 3x3 isn't that, as I need to do 2 more of those. 2 more fabric. I'm working this out as I go, and clearly I don't have that much of a math skill. So I'm going to make squares. I'm now going to cut out all of the squares and go from there. Okay, so that's what I have planned. It's going to be a relatively big bag by the seam of it, but I don't mind that. And I have to set up the sewing machine, so I shall see you again in a moment. It's just coming up on 2 o'clock. I took a break to have lunch, but I'm about to iron flat all of these seams and then stitch these together, and then we can have a look at it and see if it actually looks any good. Seams are ironed, and now it's time to sew them all together. And the first one is done. Now to make the second one, and with the magic of editing, the second one is done. Now I have to work out what to do next. Okay, I kind of got sucked into a documentary and forgot to record for a bit, but I have finally, I'm using a thick cotton twill to the lining, and I'm currently pinning in what will be the closure method before sewing this all up, and then I can turn it inside out through here. But yeah, that's currently what I'm up to. It is currently somehow 10 to 4. Ew. Anyway, I'm going to return to another documentary. I don't know what's on yet, and we'll get back to you when this bag is finished. Okay, so I have finished my Halloween bag. It is quite a bit bigger than I'd originally planned this morning, but this will be great for, well, sweaters, so super happy. I don't currently have any cord to use, but I can work that out. I might have some ribbon lying around. I might have some cord hiding in the other room. I'm currently in my partner's office. It's where my computer is set up, as well as my sewing machine and the dining table, which is where I have to put the sewing machine, but I do have stuff in my crafting corner in the living room, so there might be some cord for that there. I think I saw some black cord. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we should find out later. And now I have to find a box, because I have sold a whole load of stuff on Vinted. A whole load of old Halloween stuff that was never used. It's kind of like party supplies. Someone's bought that, as well as some of the baby knits I made a while ago. These are just cute little baby bloomers I originally made for a co-worker. Unfortunately, by the time COVID ended and we could meet up so I could give them to her, the baby was a toddler and was not fitting into size. I can't remember if these are newborn or 3 months, but I did actually measure them before I put them online, but yeah. So get that shipped off along with the Halloween supplies. And I've also got some more stuff that I need to put onto Vinted to get rid of, but I've been having a de-stash recently of just general stuff. Yeah, so, and other than that, I shall check back in with you later. Okay, so after going through 3 boxes, I finally found one big enough for all the stuff I needed to ship. Because apparently this order was all by the same person. So, and after I've cooked dinner and eaten dinner, I shall take this up to the drop-off point and get it shipped off. So this person ordered pretty much all of the Halloween stuff I had put up. It's pretty much all party supplies and unused costume bits, as well as a bunch of baby items. So yeah, I should get that shipped off. Yeah. And I suppose I'll probably record what I'm cooking, which I'm sure nobody is going to find interesting. But time to cook dinner. So I am making basically chickpea curry. But yeah. Onion chopped. I don't feel like I've actually achieved much today, but I can't have. I've not recorded all that much. I probably should record a hell of a lot more, but I'd say this is a normal day, but it's not really. Usually, because it's a Thursday, my partner's in the office, so I've kind of been left alone. suppose I have done little bits around the house that I didn't really bother recording, but maybe the next couple of days will be a little bit more interesting. There'll be a little bit more to record. I might actually remember to turn the camera on a bit more. But that's pretty much it. I'm just going to go and cook dinner now. Morning. It is currently Monday morning, which is the 7th, I believe. Or the 6th. Might be the 6th. I don't know, I've lost track of what day is what, to be honest. But I'm about to head to Knit Group. It's not been a great weekend. I've been in a lot of pain. But hopefully Knit Group will... Yeah, I'm usually okay. You just sit around, we knit and natter. I'm going to take my sock with me, which hasn't seen any work since I actually showed it on the podcast last week. Hopefully I can get the heel flap, heel turn, maybe the gusset pickup done. We're usually there for about an hour to an hour and a half, so I've already made my coffee to take with me. See how much we can get done today. I don't expect there's going to be tons of footage today. I'm not going to record at Knit Group because none of the people there are going to get permission for that anyway. So the location might give away a bit too much where I live. So I'm going to head off. I will catch back up with you when I get back and we shall see how much I've got done. Knit Group's finished, lunch has been eaten, cup of tea has been had, and now it's time to go to the gym. See how this goes. Gym is done. Didn't get that much knitting done, but no, I'll show you that later. I am now going to shower because I am very, very, very sweaty. So, I am coming to the end of Monday, which will probably be the end of this episode, and I realised there isn't really much footage. So I recorded Thursday at the start of this, the 2nd of October. And then I think I got one clip on Friday of me knitting. and a clip on Saturday when I got dragged to the cinema. Basically that's because I didn't really get up to a whole lot, or what I did get up to I just forgot to record. But basically I've been struggling this past weekend. Some of you may know I'm waiting on surgery for my endometriosis, and quite frankly that flared up to the point that no one was going to want to watch any clips I made of me. I was miserable. I basically spent most of Friday in bed, and Saturday I got up and did a little bit of work around the house, and then about 5 o'clock came and my partner basically said, "We've got tickets to go to the cinema this evening because you need to leave the house." So we went to the cinema to watch GoldenEye. It's a re-release, I think, for the 30th anniversary. For those of you who don't know, that's a Bond movie from the Pierce Brosnan era. Went and watched that, met up with a couple of friends for a couple of drinks, which was hilarious because I can't drink at the moment because of the painkillers I'm on. I think my partner forgot about that one. But basically that's kind of what this weekend has looked like. So this first episode of the Vlogtober vlogs is me waffling on and making a project bag on a Thursday, and then a few bits of today. There are a few more bits I need to do. I'm currently making this week's meal plan. We don't always stick to this 100%. Yesterday, for example, because I was in no position to really cook because of the pain, my partner ordered pizza, which I wasn't really going to say no to. Everyone loves a good Papa John's. But meal plan, and then I make a shopping list. Currently, we get our shopping delivered. I could drive to get it like I normally would. One of the roads, however, is currently closed due to emergency waterworks, which is putting a 2-mile detour to get to where I need to go on what is normally only a 2-mile trip anyway. So that's doubling the distance, which some of those roads aren't exactly very nice either, so it's putting wear on my car. But currently getting it delivered, so sat at the computer. I'll probably do a bit of knitting. I will probably watch an episode of The Gilded Age, and then yeah, that'll be my evening. But yeah, like I said, I don't live a very interesting life. Don't get up to much anyway. I can't guarantee the next week's episode is going to be any more interesting. I might go out on Thursday. So my partner works in the office on Thursdays, so I might actually leave the house. I didn't on this Thursday because I was doing stuff around the house, like waffling and making a project bag. But yeah, there might be a bit more content next week. There might not be. No, I don't expect many people are going to watch these anyway. But yeah, my life's not that interesting, and currently I can't really do much even if I did. I can't plan any big excursions. Sometimes I can't even meet up with friends because of the pain I'm in. This isn't me complaining. Like, I'm trying to do stuff about it. I don't go straight to the painkillers. I try and do. I attempt yoga. It doesn't really work, but I go to the gym. I'm trying to lose weight. I mean, I'm doing quite well. I've lost 2.5 stones since last January. I think it's because of that weight that I lost that the doctors finally took me seriously. So I'm just waiting. But in the UK, waiting on the NHS, you could die before you actually get to see anybody. So, but I hope you enjoyed this rather boring and slightly rambly Vlogtober episode 1. Honestly, my weekly podcast is probably a better place to be. I highly recommend checking that out instead if this is the first video you stumbled across and you've made it this far. Hello. Yeah, hopefully next week's episode of the vlogging has a little bit more content and is hopefully a little bit longer, rather than just me making a project bag, waffling, making coffee, and waffling some more. But yeah, if you liked it, like, please let me know in the comments why you liked this. And otherwise, I hope you'll check out some of my other videos and maybe check back again next week to see if I managed to get up to anything. And I hope you have a good night. Bye, guys.